Alright, have today the European American Armory U.S. Sporting Goods Inc. Baikal MP-18-EM 1228 12 gauge single shot break action shotgun. Here on this right panel here we have the manufacturer. I'm not even going to attempt. Baikal, the importer, USSG. Left panel, serial number, etc. Back panel, nothing. And into the box we go. Alright, we have, looks like date of manufacturer, serial number, and date of preservation. It was manufactured and preserved on January 23rd, 2012. We got the manual and my receipt from my FFL. This box here, we've got our receiver with some very oily paper. Put that over there. Alright, receiver is in pretty good shape. We got, looks like some scratching on the bluing here. Looks like it's probably been tested a few times. Everything else is in good shape. Recoil pad's a little grimy, but not too bad. Overall, and it's a lot better shape than the Marlin I got. My Marlin had a ton of nicks and scuffs in the receiver and the stock, so this is actually looking to be pretty good. Whoever prepared this did a good job. In the secret bag, we have a very pathetic but functional trigger guard. I don't think that'll pass muster at my range because it's not a keyed lock. It just has this little thing there, but better than nothing. Nothing else. Which leaves our barrel in some seriously oily paper. There we go. Barrel and foregrip. Alright. Markings on the barrel, 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch or 3 inch shells and slugs, read owner's manual, blah blah blah. This side, what do we have here? USSG, Rockledge, Florida, IMZ, Russia, so the manufacturer markings on it. This is news to me. We have a little bead sight here, front bead, and if you look from the back there, it's threaded in. Now, as far as I was aware, the MP-18 didn't come with the front bead sight and certainly not with the threaded post, so most people who want to attach different sights to it have quite a difficulty. You have to incur machining fees to have something tapped or whatever. There's no ventilated rib to snap something on. But with this, you should be able to get one of the high-vis or TrueGlow single dot front bead sights, which is what I've shot clays with before on a Savage 12 gauge. And I really like that sighting system, so I'm definitely going to invest in that. Unthreading that probably is going to be pretty trivial with a pair of goose nose pliers. I'll probably just put down some masking tape so I don't chip the bluing. As you can, well, probably not see too excellently, but here you go. Completely smooth bore, no rifling, also no threading for screw and chokes. So what we have is the MP-18-EM is the fixed modified choke. So that's basically what you're getting with this gun, is fixed modified choke. Sure, if you wanted to go crazy, you could have someone thread in screw and chokes, but that defeats the whole purpose of getting an $88 shotgun, in my opinion at least. Foregrip, we have this little handle here which releases the foregrip. Barrel is actually pretty hefty. My only point of comparison for single gauge, single shot, 12 gauges is the Rossi 12 gauge. This appears to be slightly heavier, which could indicate better build quality. It feels more substantial, especially the barrel. The Rossi barrel I was not impressed with. It was very flimsy, feeling very light. However, in terms of the Rossi, I do have to say that it's Brake action was incredibly smooth, incredibly easy. Trigger was nice, safety was nice. So overall, that gun, for a similar price range, about $120 right now in Gander Mountain, is, I think, a pretty fantastic deal. So I'm going to assemble the shotgun here. So the way this works is you have to fully depress that latch here. Oh, knock that back down. That's the switch that toggles between extractor and ejector. We just line it up, and the action on this gun is actually pretty tough. It's very hard to snap back. So now that that's locked, just lift up on that lever of the foregrip, snap it into place. So now we have the assembled product. Check the action. Pretty decent. Putting it back together, you have to be pretty forceful. I'm assuming with time and maybe a little bit of polishing, I could make the brake action a little smoother. As you can see, like just letting it go, gravity is not going to drop it all the way to have it eject. And similarly, like unlike the Rossi, which you could flip up shut, that's not happening with this gun. You need to take a pretty good grip on the foregrip and on the buttstock to get it back together. So now that it's assembled, go over some basic things. As I mentioned before, this little silver switch here currently is set to ejector, which is the default for the MP-18, and that'll cause the shell casing to shoot out when you open the breech. If you toggle it like that, that'll put it to extractor mode, and when you toggle the breech, what that'll do is it'll just lift the shell casing out enough that you can just remove it manually, put it in your pocket, whatever. However, of note, that switch is a single time only deal. The second you open the breech, and excuse how I do this, recock the gun, you can notice it's back to ejector. I'm assuming someone out there who has any sort of machining knowledge, someone smarter than me, could figure out how to make it a permanent switch, but as it's designed, it's single use only. On the trigger group here, we have the traditional push button safety. Kind of cheap, kind of chintzy, works, so that's good. It's in a decent enough spot. I don't think you're going to hit it accidentally. Slides nice and easy. It reminds me of the safety on my Tippmann M98, almost exactly like that. It does have some nice knurling on the metal, which makes it a little better. It's grippy, so that's kind of nice. The trigger itself is very plain. Trigger pull, I don't know how much that weighs. Light bit of creep, nothing major. The breech lever is where the difficult part comes in. It's pretty heavy. You have to really crank on it to get that thing open. As you might have noticed, this here is the cocking indicator. So it indicates whether or not the gun is cocked and the hammer is ready to fire. When you open the breech, the hammers are automatically cocked. So when you close it, it's ready to fire. So that's kind of nice. It's a pretty subtle visual indicator. If I hadn't looked at the video or read the manual, I wouldn't have known it was there, or probably would have taken me much longer to notice. So overall, very nice. It's incredibly front heavy, but that makes sense. Probably 8 pounds. Decent grip, decent handle. The only thing I think that might be slightly problematic is my inclination to grip wraps my fingers over the trigger release, or the breech open here. But like I said, you're not gonna set that off. You have to really pull on it. So and it looks like the breech release is designed to have 2 fingers resting on it anyway. Very comfortable overall. The front bead sight is definitely adequate. The rear sight is just some hatch metal, raised hatch metal. Not bad. Overall, for $88, I can't complain at all. Seems pretty great. I'll see if I can get sight picture here. Probably not the best. I don't have a screen on my camera, so. But yeah, I can't complain at all about this gun for $88 plus shipping and FFL transfer fees. This appears to be pretty great. I'm excited to go shoot it. and hopefully I can get some range time, show you guys what's up with this gun, put some different rounds through it, probably some slugs. Depending upon the legality, I'm still investigating this. I'd like to do a couple of night shots with some Dragon's Breath, just for funsies. I've been looking up some tutorials on wax slugs and hot glue gun slugs, so we'll see what we put through this thing. I've heard it kicks pretty hard. 12 gauges typically do, but apparently single shots are more prone to kick harder due to the way the action works. So at least with this pretty substantial and soft rubber end cap, I don't think it'll be too terrible. I think that this versus the older Woodstock model, this is probably going to be a lot more comfortable to shoot. I think it looks very nice. It's very understated. It would fit right perfect next to my Marlin. Very black composite. It's nice, plain. It's exactly what I wanted. Something simple, something reliable. And if anyone's watched Snatch, you know exactly how Boris the Blade feels about Russian weaponry. Heavy is good, heavy is reliable. If it doesn't work, you can always hit them with it, and I think that might be the case for this weapon. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to respond.